Hey guys, how's it going? It's been 2 months since I made a video. I'm trying to set this camera up properly. Oh god. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so it's been around 2 months since I made a video. I want to kind of update you guys on how everything's going, like I always do, and try to add some value, some nuggets that you can take away to add to your life to benefit you in some type of way. That's always my goal at the end of this video. Um, Basically, from where I left off is October, I quit my full time job and I've been pursuing carpentry and I've been pursuing day trading. I've been doing day trading for around 3 years now, and I think it's actually crazy to see how much I've progressed. It's honestly all about evolution and evolving as a person, and that trading really makes you do that. It makes you pay attention to all the flaws in your personality, and it's not just the flaws that you have within trading. It's like you relate this back to your life, right? Like um, there's a lot of moments in trading where it's like you become greedy, and it's like you're probably greedy and you're selfish in most of other parts of your life. Like you only care about yourself. um, a lot of the time, like if you're at the point where you're just losing money and you're blowing up an account, and if you're selfish, you're going to add more money to it. You're going to add more money, add more money, add more money, and use this money to reduce the amount of emotional stress that you feel in that moment because you feel like you're hopeless. um, Sometimes it's not always the best option. Maybe the best option is to take a step back and focus on priorities to maintain your relationship, to maintain the other things you got going, right? So if it's a job or if it's going to school or whatever, like there's so many other things in life rather than just this one thing that you're doing. So it really brings you to that realization of, I can't be like this. And it really does help you as an overall person and a better trader. So just the constant evolution year by year, reflecting on how your thoughts were last year and how you could have progressed, and just continuing to learn about yourself. Honestly, like for probably like a year and a half, I just dove strictly into like candlestick charts and patterns and stuff like that, and that only can take you so far because um, yeah, these things could work, but they don't always work. And it's all about how you react to the situation, where in the end, it's gonna allow you to either be a profitable or not profitable trader. That's it. So all these patterns can work, but if you don't believe in yourself, you're not confident, you're always anxious and you're nervous or whatever it may be, you're not going to be able to follow through with your plan. You're going to hesitate all the time, and you're going to lose out on $1,000 of profits. And that's why I say evolution and evolving as a human being each year is absolutely key. And always reading books, studying yourself, studying other successful people on a consistent basis is so absolute key. So um, basically, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing the carpentry, I've been doing the day trading, and um, I've been doing. It's not like I just started this. Like it didn't come out of like thin air, right? Like I proved to myself, like, okay, if I can maintain consistency within carpentry and find my own jobs for at least 4 months, and make a full-time income, I think that I can pursue it as a full-time gig and see how it goes. The thing is, I pursued it for 1 year part-time, but I was making good money either way, even part-time. But I wanted to see like how much I could push it within, like with doing my full-time job, to see if I can actually quit my job and pursue this and be self-employed, self-efficient, independent, and I can do what I want when I want. And I proved to myself that I could do it. I literally had probably a year and a half of me doing these side gigs until I said, okay, let me push it for 4 months when work was slow, and I proved to myself, yep, this is possible. And I quit my job, and I haven't looked back yet, and I haven't regretted it, and everything has been going extremely well. It really makes you focus on, like when you're self-employed, it really makes you focus on how you can budget your money well, focusing on the winters, focusing on the opportunity. Summer is not always going to be there, so you want to store away that capital, so if there's a rainy day, so it's always in the mindset of winter. Ants are always running around, winter, 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 winter. They just always need to be storing the food. They need to be like creating a like habitat for themselves to survive. Because when it comes, it's gonna come, and you don't know. You don't know when the opportunity of winter is gonna come. It could come in the summertime. In the summer, there could be nothing for you, right? But it's always just capitalizing on a consistent basis to have that consistency within like your discipline routine. Um, so that's absolutely key. Just understanding that. Also, I guess since I proved on myself that I can do that, I've also been like just maintaining my trading, and 2020 has been absolutely great. I've dove into some options, some option tradings. Basically, options, what it is, it's a derivative of a stock. So instead of actually buying a stock and having ownership in the company, you're basically betting on the price if it's going to go up and down, but you don't own any stock. You're just betting on the prices, and you have buyers and you have sellers based on these different price dates and prices. And it's super interesting because if you can actually trade liquid options, you can make great money. It takes practice, and you got to be quick at it, especially if you're going to day trade the premium. The premium is the price that the option's selling at the current time. It could all depend. If like you're meeting your target, so let's say your target is Tesla's at 400 and you want it to hit $410. Is it at 350? Because that option's going to be super cheap and it's probably not going to hit. But if your option's doing well and you're in the money, like it already hit, or it's at like 405, 408, like the option price is probably going to be higher depending on like how far the expiry date is. I know I'm just throwing out a bunch of technical terms and stuff like that, but I push anybody to learn about finance. I push anyone to learn about the markets, to start investing in long-term stocks, to start investing into some long-term bonds or ETFs or even mutual funds. Honestly, man, it's just putting money in the market because it's one of the strongest money making actions that you can do for yourself. It's overall going to help your life, and it's not just, okay, let me put food on the table for my family, let me buy a house. It's all about making the right decisions. And if you can, instead of buying this $200, $500, $600 shirt, or just spending all your money on random things, you can actually put money away that's going to retain its value and pay you a dividend or pay you interest on top of that money somehow. So in the long term, you're getting a return on your money, right? Everybody wants that. So honestly, life has been absolutely crazy. I know I'm just kind of jumping here to there, but if you can figure out like what you want to do and pursue it on the side until it's proven that you can do it, and then you want to take the jump and say, okay, let's see how long I can do this for, until it either fails or into either you need to figure out, okay, maybe I need to take a different avenue. Everybody should do that. Everybody should be trying to pursue self-employment or independence in some form. I guess it's not for everybody, but you should at least try. You know, like even if it's trading, even if it's investing, even if it's doing like cutting hair on the side, taking garbage. Like I never, like it's crazy because I've been giving jobs to a lot of my buddies, and back in the day, you would never imagine someone appreciating you giving them a job to pick up garbage and make $100 in 2 hours or 1 hour or whatever it is, even $200 in 1 hour. It all depends, like how fast you're, like how you perform, right? I think the short-term goal is very important, but the long-term goal is going to allow you to push through all the noise. You know, like you're here and you want to get here, but in order to get here, you need to do all these things, and none of these things should really matter as long as you know this is my long-term goal. This is where I want to be, and I know in order for me to get to this step, I need to do this before I do this. But it doesn't always have to correlate. It can be uncorrelated with each other. but it's all about working towards that thing. If it's adding the extra money in your pocket, or it's reading the book on trying to communicate better so you can develop into a more uh, I don't know, a valuable person overall. So it's honestly, that's absolute key. Also, one thing is, whenever you're gonna do anything, just commit yourself to it. You know, put your all into it. Uh, if people see you always saying, "I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that," but you never actually pursue it, um, you gotta at least try for a full year. Just pursue it all with all your might for a year. You know, if it's part time, pursue it all your might for 1 year. You don't have to give up everything around you. No, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you're gonna do it, whatever you're gonna do part time, after you're done work, are you sitting and watching videos that don't relate to any of this? Any of the things that you're trying to pursue? Or are you actually spending time and you're trying to build yourself and grow yourself in that avenue? So that's the questions you should be asking, because it's not what you're doing at work, but what are you doing at home? What are you doing to spend your time more efficiently? Right? Like, people say, I don't have time. It's not that you don't have time. It's like, is it a priority to you? I always made things a priority to me. So it's like, I was in school and I was working 30 to 40 hours a week, and I was reading. I read 25 books on investing while I was in school in 1 year. People will be like, I don't have time. It's not that you don't have time. It's what are you willing to prioritize so you can get done. Whatever's important to you, you're gonna get done. You gotta eat food. You're gonna make time for it. You gotta take a shit. You're gonna make time for it. So if it's reading for 1 hour a day instead of surfing the web for 1 hour on things that don't really matter. So it's so like it's so interesting, because these hours accumulated add up to months, years, over time. It's like, I spent so much time doing nothing. And people say, oh, okay, like, you only live once, just do what the hell you want. But you don't live once, you live every day. You're trying to, like, you literally wake up every morning. You have another day to life. You only die once. That's the key thing. You're gonna die. So why not leave behind as much as you possibly can? Make memories with as many people as you can, and develop and create as much value within your social group as much as you can. Why not? It's like, I find that so important. So um, that's just like one big thing. I think one thing to kind of like relate to what I'm saying is Jim Rohn's quote of, work harder on yourself than you do on your job, because working hard on yourself is going to make you a fortune. Working hard on your job is going to make you a living. It's like, do you want to either make a living or do you want to make a fortune? And nowadays, with inflation and prices being crazy high and your income still maintaining its same value, you can't really just make a living. You gotta really like struggle. You gotta stress about finances. So why not use your young age as an asset? Asset as in your energy, your ability to do things, your relationships that you have with people, um, all those things. And time. Time is your most valuable asset, not as a liability. Majority of people are going to use their young age, 20 to 40 or whatever it may be, as a liability. They're going to go out, they're going to spend their money, they're not going to budget, they're going to end up broke, and they're going to do these things over and over again. And it's inconsistency where it leads to all these problems. So, like, honestly, um, the more that you can realize that, the more you can jump on the train of saying, okay, I'm young, and I want to make sure I'm doing all the right things that are leading me in the right direction. If you want to perform at peak performance, you got to go to the gym and you got to eat well so your mind can be at prime state. If you want to be at prime state, you can perform the best that you can do. Never compare yourself to anybody in your social group. Never compare yourself to other people on social media platforms. Everybody grew up in a different environment, economic state, like family life, relationships, like everything. You treat differently as a baby. Like, everyone's thinking different. So we all end up different places at different times. And if you want something, you can get it. It might take a little bit longer. It might take a little bit less time. It doesn't matter. You just got to know, this is what I want, and you got to go for it. And no comparing. That's it. Just got to focus on yourself. That's absolutely key. So yeah, just that's like super important, especially when you're like you're really trying to pursue anything in life, you know, like if you can't focus on like your time and using that as like a very big asset, each day is gonna fly by and you're gonna be like you're gonna be the complainer rather than the doer, and the doer is gonna get things out of life. The complainer is just gonna sit there and um, they're not gonna hate you for it, but they're gonna be envious of you about it. Like you're gonna be talking all this good stuff, and they're gonna be sitting there saying, "Fuck, like, why can't I do that?" But you can do it. It's all about a decision that you're gonna make. It's only a decision. You only have to make the decision. Um, like I don't have like the greatest life ever. I don't, but I feel good inside because I know that I'm making the right decisions. I know for a prolonged amount of time that I've been doing what I needed to do, even though that the decisions I might have made haven't been the greatest. I know that I've been doing as much as I possibly can, and the timing factor to it is I don't know. I don't know when everything is gonna come together. I don't know, but I know that I'm working on myself every single day and I'm doing what I need to do to try to get to where I want to be. I'm not wasting time. Yeah, there's some times where you got to sit back and you got to kind of relax. I get that. But on a consistent basis, you need to be working on those things. If you're not, you're pushing everything out into the future. You're extending your goals out. You're pushing them out 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And most of the time, you won't achieve it. And guess what? You're going to be like the majority of men, desperate and unhappy. Some people say, yeah, I'm happy, but are you truly happy? Like if everything were to just leave now, like, are you happy? The fact that you can't travel when you want, you can't buy things that you want because of prices and stuff like that. Yeah, that's always gonna be a factor, but if you can work on yourself so hard to the point where everything is you've provided enough value within people's lives and within yourself that you can get whatever you want, nothing else really matters, right? So I hope, honestly, like I don't want to keep going off on this tangent, but I hope that helped on some sort of factor. I just want to know you. I just want you guys to know that I'm doing okay. I'm doing better. Um, there's still much more progress to be made, but I'm excited for where I'm headed, and everybody should be as well. You know, like it's just seeing the progress is absolutely amazing. You know, reflecting back on 2 years ago, like the starting of it. I think the biggest takeaway from all of this is be a realist, set realistic goals, and don't set things that are too far out. Yeah, okay, make it like set like a overall big long-term goal you could set far out. But the main thing is setting these short-term goals maybe in like a year span and saying, okay, let's see if I can hit it. And if you know you can hit it, you will commit yourself to hitting that. But most of the time we set these large goals. We fall so short that we're like, why are we even setting goals? What's the point of it? But if you set realistic goals and you're increasing these goals every year to kind of like reach higher standards for yourself, that's where you're gonna hit right on the head. You're gonna hit it right on the head and you're gonna get what you want. I truly believe that. I'm obviously not there yet, but I'm gonna be a proven result of that. And I can see that it's working out in my favor so far in my life. I'm 25 years old. Time has flown by. It's absolutely crazy. But if you can make the right decisions and you can do the right things, don't waste time. I think anybody can do whatever they want. Just spend your time wisely and spend it with the right people. And don't devote energy into people that don't care about what you're trying to accomplish. That's what I realized. 2019 was focus on consistency and income. 2020, that's already in my mind. Like I don't like that's not like a major thing anymore. Like that's already indulged and like it's in my subconscious, unconscious. Like it's me now. This year, it's trying to eliminate the people that don't care about what I'm trying to accomplish, that don't provide value to my life, and adding the people that do add value and all those things. So I hope you guys took away something from this. I always make long videos because I like to go off on tangents, but I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone set goals for the year because I did. I set probably 33 goals. Some were there was a target, there was a date, like all that stuff, very specific. But a lot of them were just generalized goals to say like, hey, consistently do this, do that, do that, do that, maintain this, like relationship wise, physically, like all these things. But yeah, if you don't have goal set some goals, and then you can work yourself from there. But that's it. If you ever have any questions about finance or investing and trading, you can hit me up whenever you want. I'm not scared to answer. Trading is not easy. Investing is definitely easier if you have the patience, but I think trading has a huge reward in it. Investing, like, you can make passive income, but trading, like, if you want to make active income and you want to make income when you're on the road, or you want to make income when you're at home, or you want to make income when you're in another country, and you want to capitalize on these moves because of different things, like, why not learn the markets? But that's it. I don't want to keep going off. Hopefully you guys took away enough value from this, and have a great day.